Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we currently need a lot of alloys to get our fleets fully built up. We'll see how long that ends up taking. We currently need like 90,000 alloys. We have 4,000. I mean, we can do that. So I guess that's a thing that exists. It's gonna take a little bit, no doubt about that. So we're going to proceed forward here. We've got a lot of construction underway as well, and I was thinking about how we want to handle transitioning off of building our habitat stations. So the answer to that is we want to still build habitat stations in locations like this. So locations where we have, well, no habitat station. We should have a habitat station in literally every system, is the way that that ends up working. And that's, of course, going to be a little bit tedious. But we also need orbital rings. So what I'm thinking is, as we finish these up, we're going to start going through this list and building orbital rings and habitat stations in every location with a planet. Now, we had a planetoid encounter here. On the planet's surface, we encountered a massive creature whose body was formed by an intricate network of roots. It spoke with a deep, earthy resonance in a language we could not understand. It then offered us a seedling, which gently anchored itself to Carl Laidlaw's grappling clamp. Its grasping roots were formed of a strange material. Extending to touch nervous system, there was a moment of instantaneous recognition. That's a weird way to say that. I think I understand what they're trying to say, but okay, sure. Through the fusion of thought and root, a line of direct communication was established. Halt, unidentified sapient. Explain how you bypassed the blockade. Are you here to parley? We're explorers. Okay, well, we'll see what they end up thinking about that. Excellent. So we ended up building an orbital here in Anzans. That's all fine. We built another orbital, of course, and let's just check here. Yeah, these are all good to go. So no problem there. I don't think we have any jobs we need to fill. Actually, we do. Okay, so there's this Habitat Central Control that we can upgrade for Procyon Prime. That will be absolutely fine. And what else do we need here? Well, we've got a mining station here. Sure.
Initial colonization.
We should build our reactor districts first here. This is going to be fully building up mining. There'll be a tiny, tiny amount of production of other things, specifically of alloys and of... It'll be very small. Very small. It's honestly not very relevant to even mention it, so I'm not going to bother with that. For the time being, we're going to proceed forward here, and we've got 6.5k alloys. Let's go ahead and hit this reinforce all button, and we can see instantly we're getting some corvettes here and here. Perfect. And here, actually. So that is a good amount of corvette construction. I like it. We are, of course, going to be pretty over our naval cap, and that is absolutely understood and completely fine. I don't think there's any real problem with that. Our actual cap that we're looking to be at is our fleet cap, based on our number of Titans. So this will be absolutely perfect. I'm not concerned about that at all. We are going to have our influence capping reasonably soon. That said, our influence consumption is going to go up. Let's get another pair of construction ships here. I do want to consume more influence more quickly. So we'll get going on that. We have a few locations that absolutely can be colonized. So we're going to get these construction ships done, and we'll send one out to Mong over here. And the other construction ship, where is that going to go? Well, I'm not sure yet, but we'll figure out somewhere for it to go. So we can come out to about here and build a Habitat Central Complex. That'll be fine. It's not going to be a fantastic location to colonize, but it'll be a location that certainly exists. The other one we can come out over here. This will be a much better location. So that is absolutely okay. I just wanted to spend down some of that influence. Explosive weapon damage is completely irrelevant, but whatever. That's fine. Wonderful. Do we have any astral actions to be done? At this point, the answer is no. Okay, that seems fine. So we're just continuing to build up our fleet here and continuing to keep on top of dealing with these unemployed people. So that'll be absolutely wonderful. I don't want to build any agriculture districts here. I think that our best bet here would be to build a mining district for the moment, but we are going to be transitioning that over to having some industrial districts.
Commencing.
We will get there. Is this the most number of buildings that we're going to have? Well, I mean, we're going to get some building slots from mining districts and generator districts, I suppose. But this is lower than I would have expected, given the number of orbitals. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. Okay, any other problems that we've got over here? The answer is no. So we need to start, yes, we vote yes on everything. We need to start thinking about what our next military move is. We could angle for getting the Free Brill administration. That is a potential option. We could demand their subjugation. So that is definitely a thing that we could do. A war declaration here would be interesting, vassalizing the Free Brill administration. We would, of course, need to bring down some of this, but the state of Havo is under the Free Brill administration. That's definitely interesting. I'm not planning to start construction on a... I'm not planning to start up a war anytime soon, I don't think, just given our deficit of alloys at the moment. I want to get that dealt with first, for sure. 1813 in terms of minor artifacts. So minor artifacts are going to be a concern for us as well. We'll continue to reinforce this, and we'll get what minor artifacts we can. Once we've got this all rebuilt, then we can think about, at that point, what our war plans would be. Whether it's vassalizing the Kresh Collective, we could go for that again. I think we're better off going for something like the Free Brill administration, though. To be honest. So we'll consider something along those lines, but we could do the Kresh Collective. That would clean things up a little bit. The Pangalactic Entente, of course, exists up here. So that is definitely something to think about. We do have some workers that need to be resettled, though, and we're going to do exactly that. Now, we've got 44 available jobs on the Pharaonis Black Hole Prime, so we can move these people over to there. We have lots and lots of job upgrades that we can do on Alpha Centauri Science, so that's not a concern here. However, Sirius Industrial, we can definitely resettle them over to, say, Pharaonis Black Hole Prime. Polaris Refinery here, I think that we should put in a generator district. I don't think we need it. I think an industrial district is the way to go. So this is a mining world here. That's fair enough. We could certainly put in a mining district. That'll be fine. Continue to develop that direction. I do want to be putting in a fair amount of industrial districts. This world here is definitely one that we will be turning into industrial districts soon enough. But for now, a mining district will do. So this is a factory world here. Yeah, that definitely is a factory world. Let's put in a hyper entertainment forum for now. It's not hugely impactful, but it'll be a job anyway. So we can put in a worker here, moving them right on over. In this Forge world, same scenario. Straight on over to the Pharaonis Black Hole Station. What else do we have? Well, Azalash. This is, of course, full at this point, and we're going to move them right into the Pharaonis Black Hole Station as well. So that's all looking good. We can build a reactor district here. And then we would build 3 Astro mining bays and then transition this into an industrial world, would be the idea. So what else do we have here? Well, we've got this generator station we can upgrade the energy nexus on. That'll be fine. And we've got all of these that are currently being colonized. So that sounds good for now. We are going to be capping our minerals fairly soon. I'm going to sell off a bunch of those. There we go. Just absolutely tanking the price of minerals, I'm sure. But that'll be fine. Any of these construction ships currently idle? The answer is no. And that's fine. We could consider expanding our construction ships potentially even further, since we're earning plus 12 influence per month. It's definitely something to think about. We'll see what it feels like this. So we just arrived over at Phagor over here. We're building a major orbital. This will be done very soon. So I think we'll probably be okay here. A lot of these construction ships are probably going to be finishing up relatively soon. The Volga is one of them. The Jordan and the Amazon are both not that far away, I suppose, but they're going to take a little while. Yeah, I'm actually thinking about getting another pair of construction ships here. I think that'll be good. So I'll do that. We've got some areas that we can colonize up over this way, down over here, and then we can transition into working on orbital rings and habitats in our planetary systems. So that's okay. Ah. It began as a subtle shift in Aquinian behavior. Scattered reports of their ships, once rarely seen outside their own space, now being spotted in remote systems all across the galaxy. Highly advanced scouting vessels visiting ancient ruined worlds, refusing all hails, and fleeing when attacked. Their purpose and mission unknown. Until now. We now know that the Aquinian were preparing, recovering the databanks of survey beacons and automated scouting posts left behind when they retreated to their present borders, gathering information for their return to the galactic stage. In Aquinian space, fleets are gathering, armies are being mustered, and ancient factories roar to life. For the first time in an age, the Aquinian peacekeepers are looking outwards beyond their borders and towards the galaxy at large. As their decaying shipyards are repaired and refitted and the dormant systems of Titan foundries come online, the rest of the galaxy is left with only one question. Who will this once sleeping giant target first in their quest to reclaim age-old glory lost? Honestly, decrepit fools. So, where are the Aquinian? Is that these guys? Yeah, these guys are the Aquinians. Okay. So, honestly, it's probably not that big of a deal. It's kind of late in the game for them to be doing this. These are not Aquinian. These are Aquinian. Sure. We'll just let them do their thing for now. I mean, we're kind of also doing our thing, so it's okay. I'm not too concerned about it, even if we do end up being at war with them, which is likely in the future, almost certainly. I mean, that's a pretty decisive force that we've got there, and it's not finished yet. So that's absolutely wonderful. We're going to continue to get some ships built here. We are going to run out of minor artifacts. In fact, we are out of minor artifacts at this time. So that is absolutely noted. We still need a fair amount of them. And we need some corvettes here. We need quite a bit here, actually. Okay. So that's going to take a little bit before that's all done, right? No doubt about that. The Senate session can be concluded prematurely, and the formalists are giving us a reward. Do we want this throne that they've spoken of? At some point. But for now, we're going to take their knowledge. And that gives us shield harmonics. Okay, beautiful. So shield harmonics will be absolutely fine. Now the Indus has finished, and I want to go into Zron here. We can head over to like here and build a habitat central control. And then the Adriatic can come to Isum, and this is a very similar situation. We'll build a habitat central complex up here, but we are lacking the alloys for that. Let's just buy some in. We could actually build it over this brown dwarf, and that would be okay. Cool. So up we go, and we're going to colonize those systems as well. We have built very, very tall here, and we're very powerful. No doubt about that. So this is absolutely wonderful. What's less wonderful right now is our state of minor artifacts. So how long at this point until we can activate the rubricator again? Well, the answer to that is 2,070 days. But we could do lateral artifacting. What I don't know is, will it allow us to double utilize one particular relic? I'm guessing no. I'm guessing this is going to be wasted, but let's find out. So we're going to activate that, and now we can go into here. Yeah, this relic is already active, so we would need to activate a different relic. That's what I expected to see. So with that in mind, what relic do we want to activate? We kind of don't really have another one that we want to activate. Yeah. I guess we could just go with happiness and stability. Why not? That'll be fine. So that means that the rubricator is actually going to be longer until we can activate it. So it did indeed backfire a little bit. I can't say I'm surprised about that. That seems about like what I expected to have happen. I just wanted to make sure that that was going to be the case. So that's okay. Absolutely understood. Let's check through for available unemployment here. We've got Rimok Mining here. Okay, I'm going to build in a reactor district here. This is going to be all mining, though, in the future. We're definitely going to need more mineral production because I do plan on significantly ramping up our alloys. So here, I think that we make this be an industrial district, to be honest. That'll be fine for now. We've got Canum Science here. This will be an advanced research complex. This is a refinery station, allegedly. It's not really a refinery station, but it'll do. We'll put in an astro mining bay for the moment. And then we've got an agri-world here, allegedly. This is certainly an alleged agri-world. I'm going to put in a generator district there. We're still working on getting a lot of these raw resource districts built up that will transition as those planets develop into producing alloys. So that'll be fine. We discovered a new archaeological site. Okay. Seems fine. And let's hit this reinforced fleet button, but we're going to have a problem, and that problem is our number of minor artifacts. It is roughly keeping pace with our alloys, but our alloy production is slightly proportionally higher than our production of minor artifacts. I think that's very clear. Wait, we have 168 minor artifacts right now? Never mind. Does it not cost minor artifacts to build corvettes? If so, that's a very big deal. No, it does. It costs minor artifacts to build corvettes. It doesn't to build destroyers or cruisers. Or battleships. It does cost it to build Titans. Okay, so Titans and Corvettes are where that goes. Understood. That's not necessarily great for us, of course, but it's okay. The return of the Aquinian to the galactic scene has not gone unnoticed by the other fallen empires present in our galaxy. The Sathweir, in particular, appeared most agitated at the news. It seems that these two proud nations are ancient rivals, and though the reasons for their rivalry has long since faded into history, the sudden reawakening of the Aquinian peacekeepers has inflamed old animosities and triggered a counter-reaction. The Sathweirian reclaimers have roused themselves from their slumber to face their old rivals, with the whole galaxy as their battleground. So, I mean, let's take a quick look at the peacekeepers over here. They're still overwhelming to us in technology, but they're economically pathetic and their fleet power is inferior. And where are the Sathweirians? Ah, out over here. Okay. Sure. Yeah, this isn't all that threatening either. They're both quite a ways away from us, and we're not in between them. So that's a pretty big deal. I like it. We're going to continue to reinforce our fleets. Building battleships down over this way. Looks good. We're up to 225 minor artifacts now. Okay. Our minor artifacts appear to be holding out nicely. That's good. So this fleet is going to finish up. This fleet didn't get its Corvette bump. Let's bump that up to 94. There we go. And we'll reinforce specifically that. Okay, I think we're still going to be lacking one there, but that's okay. Establish embassy, huh? Yeah, that's fine. And additional war declarations going on. Whatever. For the moment, I'm not too concerned about that. So our construction ships are still busily constructionating, and we did just establish this colony. That, of course, means that we want to put in our robot assembly plant. Fantastic. Do we have any other unemployment that needs to be addressed? Yes, on Tosiad Prime. Okay, we can certainly put in a reactor district here. Eventually, we're going to want a mineral processing plant as well. I'm going to put that in for the moment. Cool. And we have continued our siege on Paradise. We make preparations for a coming battle. Regrettably, your expedition may be much more dangerous than previously assessed. The Planetoid continued, "We are the Baul, and you have landed on one of our outer colonies. We're under siege and our resources dwindle. Diplomacy is fruitless. The aggressors mock us openly and laugh at our attempts to communicate. They identify themselves as the Gruner. We believe that their aim is not to conquer this world, but to destroy it. It seems they know no mercy. We would graciously accept any assistance you can provide. We'll help however we can. I wonder what'll happen with that. We'll find out. Okay, so let's scroll on up here. As soon as this autosave is done. There we go. Cool. Once again, just scanning for any unemployment quickly. There we go. That looks good. So these civilian ships, they are going to be finishing up eventually. The Volga is still a ways away, yeah. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit before these construction ships actually finish. Let's reinforce our fleets again. We still need about 50,000 alloys. We can put about 10% of that towards our fleets right now. And that is getting started on the 5th Fleet 12. So that is amazing. This is, of course, our final fleet to be worked on. And once we get this built up, we'll be in a very good spot. No doubt about that. So we're building battleships right now, of all things. Okay, I guess that's fine. 1.3k, interesting. Why were we at 1.3k? We're making like almost 1.7k monthly. That's very interesting. I'm not sure what would have happened with that. Well, regardless, I do see we have additional notifications over here, so there's probably jobs we can put in. Actually, there aren't. Fascinating. Well, what we definitely can do is reinforce our fleets again. We have 4.6k alloys. How are our minor artifacts doing? We're up to 300. This doesn't appear to be utilizing minor artifacts for our battleships. Right. We don't use it for battleships. We use it for corvettes and for titans. So this is buying us time to build up our minor artifacts. We need about 1,000 of them to fully max out this fleet, and that'll be just from the corvettes. So that's good. We're going to build the battleships, then the cruisers, then the destroyers, then the corvettes. So we're definitely going to need more minor artifacts. For the time being, we can let this build up. So Hadnock Prime here, we can certainly build a fortress on. We could also build a 0G research district, or 2. Which I'm going to do. That'll be fine for now. So that looks good. And then, of course, we've got the Mars generator world here. I guess we could put in a hyper entertainment forum upgrade. It's really not necessary, but it's the one remaining thing that we can do there, and I guess that's fine. So we've got this fortress station. Okay. So ultimately, we're going to end up... This is going to be 9 in total. I'm going to put in a Ministry of Production here. I'm also going to be putting in an alloy foundry and a civilian industry. Okay. So something along the lines of that. Now, I would certainly like to buy in some alloys. We're getting close to our cap on energy credits. So let's buy some alloys and just skyrocket that price. But that was 18k, so that's really not too bad. And let's spend all of that. So that's all of our battleships, all of our cruisers, all of our destroyers, and a couple of corvettes being built. Wonderful. That is excellent. We do need a lot more.
Initial colonization,
but that's
phase
absolutely
complete.
fine. So this is, of course, going to be a robot assembly plant here. There we go. And we've got a generator station here. We're going to need a mineral purification plant eventually. So let's get going on that. That'll be fine. And we are finishing up some of these things. Yeah, some orbitals are finishing. Looks good. No civilian ships requiring orders at this time, but let's just look for additional unemployment here. So we've got this generator station here. Yeah, this is going to need a mineral purification plant. It's also going to need an energy grid. I would like to be out of this phase of development, but we're not there yet. So an energy grid here, and this is also going to be a mineral purification plant. We're going to need both of those. Here, this is absolutely going to be a mining station. So we're going to put in an energy grid here, but also a mineral purification plant. None of this is surprising. None of that is surprising in the slightest. So we've got this generator station here. We can upgrade our mineral purification hub, and for the time being, that will do. This is a tech world. We can actually build an advanced research complex here. That's wonderful. We're very happy about that. That is actually maxing out this world in terms of buildings. So that's great. Then we've got this tech world, and I'm going to put in an industrial district here to help offset our negative on our consumer goods. That'll be great. We've got a forge world here. I suppose we could upgrade our hyper entertainment forum. Again, it's not the biggest of deals. And here we can put in an industrial district. Absolutely. This is a forge world, and that is a great thing to do. We want to be eating up some of these resources. This is a mining world, and it is actually full, so we'll move this over to, say, Furanis Black Hole Prime. We've got Nahal Science here. We can build an industrial district on. This is a forge world. I guess we can upgrade a hyper entertainment forum. Again, it really, really doesn't matter that we do that. It's kind of a waste of a pop, but whatever. Okay. Jobs all look good, and it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to do this Astral Rift event. We'll see what ended up happening with that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Tommy Kintogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.